When you think Nintendo handheld consoles, what do you think of? Do you think of the Nintendo DS and just how chunky it is? Is it the first time Nintendo went bigger on the screens? Or even the last-ditch effort with the worst camera placement? Maybe it's just the amazing games that you can play. Whatever it is, there is something that obviously sparks to your mind. One thing that I don't think you've ever thought about was the 3DS's camera. I hope you're all doing well, and today's video is on the 3DS camera. Should you even use it to take photos and videos? Let's find out. Before we talk about the Nintendo 3DS, let's talk about the Nintendo DSi. Sure, this console is amazing, the fact that this was a new revision of the console that, well, made it not only longer, but also made swapping games easier as well, thanks to a full-fledged home menu. But obviously, the camera. The camera is obviously another part of the story of why the DSi is a thing. Now, obviously, as you can see right here, we've got one at the front, and then one inside, right there, in the middle. The DSi obviously has a camera app of its own, and on your screen right now are some of the samples you can do with the DSi camera, and let's just say, they're not the greatest. You can really tell, like, Nintendo has not really thought much about the camera, but considering, like, you would be primarily playing games most of the time, the camera just feels like it's just there for the sake of being there. I mean, hardly any DS games, any popular ones anyways, took advantage of it, aside from a few of the games that were made with the camera in mind. But obviously the camera app as well, you can also, like, see as well. The fun thing about the DSi is you can, mess around with your face, do a little, do goofy stuff with it. But of course, as we moved on from the Nintendo DS franchises of consoles or series of consoles, whatever you want to go, whatever floats your boat, yeah. But of course, the DSi can only take photos. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure if you could homebrew this, which is obviously a possibility you can, then I guess you can also film with this. Now, can you? Well, stock, no. Homebrew, probably yes. But you have to remember that at the time, cameras weren't really that good, especially on handheld consoles. I mean, even the PS Vita that's off, that you can't see, has a camera, but probably has a much better one than the DSi and all that other stuff. But when we moved on from the DSi and onto the 3DS, we started to incorporate some more features that I think, if you just bought, like, let's say, a new 3DS, like, at the time, and you bought either this or any other models that, I could just throw on the screen right here, then obviously, you'll see the camera, it looks pretty cool, you got one here, and then obviously, literally right there, so, already that's one difference, that the camera placement is there. But starting with the 3DS, in fact, is videos. Yeah, you can actually take photos and videos on this handheld. Now, I don't even know why, but the fun thing is I used to do this. I used to have where I just literally go on the camera app. Now, granted, it wasn't this one that I used. It was it was this 3DS, the 3DS XL here, that I used the cameras on. And I used to film, like, random garbage, like, stuff that don't even make any sense. Unfortunately, I don't have any to show, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it. But just know that the 3DS, like, camera was meh. to say the least. No, look, is it better than, let's say, the DSi camera? Oh, absolutely. I'm pretty sure, Nintendo has made some great investments into the camera. I mean, at the end of the day, the 3DS has even, like, a built-in game called Face Raiders that takes full advantage of the 3DS's camera. Now, one camera is obviously, the standard, normal camera. The other one is the 3D camera, of course, because this is a 3DS, ignore the fingerprints. It's obviously going to be incorporated, a part of the 3D, nuance and stuff like that. Now, here's what the photos look like, and take some time, pause if you need to, but have a look. Really have a look at this and just let me know what you think. Well, there you go. That's what the cameras looked like on the 3DS. Well, especially for photos, anyways. You can really tell just how, weird they look. I mean, granted, like, at the end of the day, like, just like with the DSi camera, you can really tell, like, Nintendo, yeah, there's some effort put into it, but others, not so much. And granted, it also has a camera app as well, just like the DSi as well. Beforehand, you can do goofy things like draw and just all that other stuff. All the goofy things Nintendo did back in 2011. But one thing that sets the 3DS apart from the DSi is the ability to actually, film videos. Now, this does obviously depend on your SD card, but if you had enough storage, I'm pretty sure you can, film. And in fact, I've actually gone ahead and filmed some 3DS footage right now, video footage for you. So what you're going to be looking at is both the backwards facing camera, which would look like this, and the front facing camera. Here's what they look like. This is what it looks like / feels like to be recording in a video on the Nintendo 3DS camera. This is the front facing camera. The audio is probably not going to be great, it's not going to sound so great, the quality of the video is obviously going to be a lot more lower quality because this is the 3DS. The camera was probably not Nintendo's priority here, but you can definitely see just the sheer quality between when you see this and then when you see back there on the main camera. This is what the front-facing camera looks like, and this is the backwards-facing camera right there. So as you can see, you can have a little look at what it looks like there. There's the drink, there's the camera. You can really tell how blown out, because you can't even see like literally the outside because of just how bad this camera is. This camera also does do 3D since this is a 3DS, but if you had a 2DS or any of the old models, practically this camera has not changed no matter what model you have. But yeah, take a look. What do you think? It's literally like 2024, but I'm filming like this is like a 2011 video. Holy crap. But yeah, that's what the backwards facing camera looks like. Now, obviously, I also could just quickly mention here as well that the 3DS video resolution is this. Yes, I am not kidding. That it is so low resolution that for a handheld like this, it is like, wow. But you have to remember that this came out at a time that HD graphics and, HD TVs and HD anything, for that matter, came out. I mean, again, this is 2011, people. 2011! So, obviously, we're still in the era of non-HD, so still standard definition. But, we do have sort of widescreen on the 3DS, but... And yeah, you can really tell as well on the on the footage as well, because I was literally explaining it as I was literally recording, that you couldn't even see outside a window because of just how blown out the lighting, ISO thingy-majig like that. And yeah, it just goes to appreciate just how far camera technology since this, and obviously since this, has, progressed. I mean, again, there's also other cameras as well, like on other handheld consoles, like the Wii U gamepad has a front-facing camera for video chat, and obviously the PS Vita also has a front-facing and backwards-facing camera. Was it ever used? No. Was any games used on this? Also no. I mean, if only a few games supported this, then yeah, there was clearly no incentive for Nintendo to really just put all the effort into the camera. I mean, at the end of the day, you're playing the games, you're playing the games. You aren't pretty much paying attention to the camera 10, 20, maybe even 30, maybe even 100% of the time. To Nintendo, why put effort into the camera? And I guess it just really showed. You can also really tell as well with the audio of the 3DS camera as well. It is definitely not, let's just say, not enjoyable to listen to. But, it might actually just, it might just be just at the time. And who knows, maybe it invoked some nostalgia from you lot who are watching this video right now. I mean, honestly, let me know in the comments if you did film anything with a 3DS, and if you did, then, you probably might go on it and look at some childhood memories if you haven't formatted it. Let's take a look at the actual 3DS camera, because, just by looking at it, I'm pretty sure this is already giving you such, a wave of nostalgia, and yes, I am using the original Nintendo 3DS for this, but it practically applies to, any other, handheld consoles of its time. Now, on the 3DS camera ad, as you can see, we're on the front-facing camera. You can see right here of, how much, stuff you have left before it runs out. Again, this also depends on SD card. If you turn on the 3D slider, you can kind of see, I don't know, it kind of looks fine. And there's also me. Hello. If you come right down here to the bottom screen, you've got the two options of, taking a photo. When it does that, obviously it will then, save to the SD card. So whatever one you have in the console will depend also on the storage as well. You can also use the shoulder buttons as well to also take a photo as well. You can also switch to the outer camera, so now you can see what that looks like right here with this room. You can even see just how blown out the camera is on when I point it in there. And then, you can then take your photo like this. So I just used the shoulder button right there. And then also, as I said, you can take videos of it. And now you can, as you can see right here, you can take up to 10-minute video. Now, I wouldn't really know any possible scenario as to why you would actually take a a 10-minute video, especially because, original 3DS's like this only have 2 GB SD cards inside of them, unless you bought an extra SD card that maybe contains, I don't know, 4 GB, maybe. But you can take a video like this. So as you can see, it will then start, recording. You can see the recording timer right there. and then obviously the recording right here. You can press the LR or A button to stop the recording, so you do have a good reason to use the buttons as well. Then obviously when you press stop, it will then stop and then save here. You can also click this little burb, and then, you know, it will just tell you some... it'll just tell you stuff about it. As you can see, you can also press the LRA button to do that. Toggle, you got like some stuff you can do as well. So like there's like low light, normal. You can also go to the manual controls and adjust like stuff here. You can click close and then close again, and then you can go here and then just do this, whatever. I never understood what this is for. I'm pretty sure this is for moving the cam. Like I'm pretty sure this is like to zoom in. Yeah, because it is zooming in right there, which I find interesting because on the video it doesn't even do anything. Obviously you've got a timer, so and you can do voice control. So apparently if you say take photo, I guess, then there's that. How many of you have actually done that? I'm genuinely curious to know. Then obviously you can mess around with so many more. You can also do manual controls. Here you can also do like different different film choices. And then, you know, you click that to make it disappear. You got the settings so you can, you know, do stuff. You can change where your photos are saved, either to the system memory or the SD card. Currently it's on SD card, which is, I think, is obviously default. The info display, you know, stuff like that. Usage tips, I'm pretty sure this just gives you tips on stuff. Wow, there's just so many. Like, you probably would have to have used this camera a lot to even just find out what all of this is. This is kind of like achievements in some cases. Data management, you know, you can copy. You can go from system to SD card if you ever want to copy photos and videos to there. You know, SD card to system. So if you have anything on your SD card you want to copy to the system, and then you can delete either from the system or SD card. You can reset the user data. And then if we click back, I mean, there's also color interface, so we can change the color. You know, pretty cool. And then hit OK. We click back and then everything is different. I'm just going to leave it like this now. Obviously, we can then view the like photos and videos we've done. So like, you know, and then we can click this bird here. That just, you know, tells you about stuff that you probably don't really care about. But when you look at it, you can really see what it looks like. And even if you turn on 3D, ooh, that looks kind of something, if I do say so myself. Let's turn that off. You can click on it as well, and then you can just do graffiti. So, you know, you can just make the iPhone just have blood, I guess. And you can also put hearts and stuff. Really, and then you can obviously erase it. But really, you can just do stuff. You can even do this. I don't know why. You can zoom in on the bottom screen, and then you can click finish to finish it. I'm going to click cancel so that it stays the same. Obviously, this is what a video looks like, and here's what it sounds like on the audio. So as you can see, it will then start, you know, recording. You can see the recording timer right there, and then obviously the recording right here. You can press the LR or A button to stop the recording, so you do have a good reason to use the buttons as well. And yeah, that's literally what it is. You can also go to video tools, and you can just like you can make it go slow, you can make it go fast, you can high pitch it, you can low pitch it, and then you can just, you know, leave it here. You can pause it, you can save frame, you can also, I guess, do this. I don't know what this would be used for, but you know, oh, these two just do the same. Okay, that's interesting. Well, I'm learning something. All right, cool bird. I don't care. You can also go to settings here, and then, you know, it's pretty much the same. So yeah, and then you can go to slideshow here, and then you can just, right, come on. You can see, like, it plays like a nice little slideshow of it. Then you can choose, you know, theme and all this stuff. So you can, I guess if you add me's, you can do that. But anyways, we're gonna just close it right here. Settings, you know, you can change your music. Zoom is either on or off. Duration is either 3 seconds or rapid, I guess. Transition is whatever you want it to be. You can also have it just in random. We're going to click back here. This bird is just shut up. If we take a look at a front-facing camera selfie, okay, that's not a good one. But you can see sort of what it would look like if it was just on a tiny 3DS screen. I don't know why I was taking... I don't know why my brain was trying to process it so slow, but apologies about that. You can then, you know, like I said, you can graffiti, all that jazz. I've already talked about that. You can then go to like SD to system. So if you want to copy this to the system memory, you can. You can also delete it as well. So let's say like this photo, we can just click here and then click this photo, and then it just disappears just like that, and just like that. So yeah, that is a look at this. You can also see as well the SD logo and the 3D logo. So if this was on, this would be highlighted. If this is off, then it just goes grey. But yeah, that's a look at the 3DS camera, like application on 3DS. Anyways, that is a look at the 3DS camera. Now, let's go ahead before we conclude this video. The main question that I posed, you know, because you clicked on the title called, you know, should you even use a 3DS to take photos and videos? The simple answer is no. Why would you? Again, you have a smartphone at the end of the day. You probably even have this webcam. Even hell, like even laptops that have built-in webcameras. Sure, they're not the greatest, but they're so much better. Don't ever take photos and videos with the 3DS unless you are just purely doing it for nostalgia. Do not do it for the content. There's your answer to the title of this video, and who knows, maybe you've got some other things you want to say as well in the comments. Let me know, because I do read them. If you definitely enjoy what I do here on this channel, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button. If you want to be here for a brand new fresh video on the second channel, definitely get your notification bells on. And hey, right here is something I definitely think you would definitely enjoy the most, is a video on homebrewing the Wii and why it's so easy to do it for that console. Check it out right there. I'll see you over there.